what is up? So glad you can join us. It is On the Grill. This is the Post-Grill Show. Mike Iveso, David Mitchell, I'm Sean Belegian. First things first, you know why we're all wearing masks? This is a public service announcement, okay? Wear the mask. It really isn't that big of a deal.
I want sports.
Wear it for sports. If you want sports, if you want stuff to open up,
high school, college.
It's not that big of a deal.
Sports.
Listen.
It's a sports public service.
Listen. I'm gonna. This is as far as I'm gonna take it. Okay. This is not an infringement on your civil liberties. Just wear the damn mask. It's not asking a lot. It really.
And what did you say the other day?
12 minutes.
12 minutes.
I kept track. I was talking about it on the radio. I was doing a radio show on WJR. And I knew that this was going to be a hot button topic, so I literally kept track of the time that I had to wear my mask, Dave. I wore the mask for 10 minutes when I ran to the grocery store to get wings. And I wore the mask for 2 minutes when I went into the gas station to buy a certain tobacco product.
That's a whole day, though.
That was the whole day. I wore my mask for 12 minutes.
Is that why you didn't ask me to bring it today?
Yeah, I was fine. You can bring so many times you want, though.
I'll bring some next time.
No,
when I get back in high school, hey, can you pick me up? You pick me up to Kodiak.
Just wear the mask. If this, my mindset is this: if this gets us closer to having all the things that we all want,
school.
If you're watching this right now,
I want school.
You want college football. You want school. You want the NHL.
Sports.
You want high school sports. Wear the mask. It's not that big of a deal,
sports
man.
Books.
Sports books.
How is it that we brought in the dip and we brought in the gambling
Well,
at the same time?
Listen, and I'm telling you, like that, we want to do a lot of stuff at the sports books too, and that's something that just wear the dumb mask. And I know somebody is going to watch us right now, and they're going to get mad, and they're going to say, "Oh, I can't believe you guys changed your mind on things or anything." This isn't about changing mind or anything like that.
No.
There are hills that I'm willing to plant my flag and die on. Wearing a mask for 12 minutes a day is not one of those hills. It just isn't. It just isn't.
I agree with you. And if there's someone that doesn't agree with it, that's fine. Don't come at us hard. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. Let's figure out why it is. What do you think it is? What's your reasoning? Where's your data? What's going on here? Let's have a conversation. All we're saying is this is what's being asked. There's things that we want, and we're willing to do it.
Yep. So let's go. I want to watch his hockey team play. I want to watch his kids go out there and get the experience. I do. I want to watch his kid play. You know, I want his daughter to go to college and have the college experience. I want my son to go back to college and have the college experience. You know what? And one of the things I hear all the time is, well, in 2 months, what if this isn't the answer, like the lockdown isn't the answer? We'll have that conversation then. Yeah. I have no problem having that conversation. Like, I'll say it today. The lockdown was excessive. It didn't work. All of those things. So let's try this. Let's try this.
I want to go to Lions games and have Sean Belegian there at the Lions games outside of the gate, wherever it is, and then me show up late and not see him.
You know, I always talk to Justin.
There's such a crowd there, though. I'm usually not able to get to that.
There we go.
There's such a long crowd surrounding Sean Belegian pregame.
It's so great to have you back, my friend.
So, what was on the grill today, Sean?
We did shrimp. I already put out the shrimp video. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Very well done.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I think you guys would agree with me. The star of the shrimp show was definitely the Cajun shrimp.
Oh, by far. That was by far the winner. We like jerk, so it's there. And as I
kind of upset. The heavy favorite was jerk. Jerk was the heavy favorite.
And the unfortunate thing was poor Parmesan garlic.
Well, it was a long shot. Parmesan garlic was a long shot.
It was a long. You know? I mean, I had him at 500 to 1. I mean,
if you had the Cajun jerk parm trifecta.
Oh, if you had that, if you had the
that,
1, 2, 3 there, you're some money.
Listen, the smart money really was on the Cajun today because you know, and at about a 20-1. You're right. Mitchell started talking your language.
Did you notice that though? Like the money went on late. So when you know the money goes on something late, there's something going on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
I learned all that from Adam Mitchell. By the way.
To
watch the horse race and all where the late money goes. Yeah, something's going on.
It's called CLV, closing line value.
Okay.
They try. You've got, just like the stock market, you want to beat what that closing number is. It's just the same as betting. You want to make sure you get your bet in before that line changes. You want your value on that closing line. So that's where that money was coming. That and the smart money was coming in there.
Don't get me started on stocks. Let's stay off that.
We'll stay.
It's back though.
I know it's great.
It's great. Like come on.
It's great.
That's great. Yeah, this guy.
No, hopefully people took advantage of some freebies back in February. I'll leave it at that.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Here we go. But that, Sean, I got to give you credit. Back to the shrimp and on the grill. That was quick, easy, and delicious.
Yeah. You know what? It really is as simple, much like the video said. Marinate it for 45 minutes. Make sure the shrimp is thawed out. That's one thing that you always have to do. 5 minutes on each side.
That was it.
Really, I mean, and much like we've talked about so many times, Mike, I give you the trademark on this. Embrace the flame.
Oh,
don't be afraid when that flame comes up, because the shrimp's not going to be on there long. Yeah, you might get a couple of the shrimp a little more blackened or whatnot, but it was solid. And then you basically surprised us.
Wow.
Not a one-up. No, not a one-up. Not a one-up. He announced this ahead of time.
It's a one-up.
But he announced it ahead of time.
Okay.
Tell everybody what you did.
Well, I was on Twitter the other day, and this guy posted up some bacon-wrapped Cajun sausage. So I cut up 2 huge links of Cajun sausage into 7 pieces, wrapped a piece of bacon around both. We got your grill going to about 450, 500, lined them up off the heat, but as close as I could to that flame to embrace it. Maybe 25 minutes. Put them on the flame for a little bit to crisp them up even more, and those were Cajun nuggets from heaven.
They really were. And you know what? What you did with the bacon is very difficult on the grill. I think anybody who's ever, it's just difficult. But the indirect heat and just letting it on there, it got it about as crisp as you're going to get bacon on the grill.
Without starting a huge fire. Yes. coming out burnt, absolutely.
And the maple, boy, the maple in that to me was
it smelled delicious even.
Now, we have to talk about a product that was sent to me that we taste tested today.
Yes, we did.
All right, what did you think?
All right, so for those that don't know, we got some hot sauces, and their claim is that they're not the vinegar based; they are alcohol based.
They're called what? Swamp
Dragon.
Swamp Dragon.
So we had, and correct me if I'm wrong, ouzo, rum, vodka, and tequila based hot sauces, and it wasn't my taste. When I got that hot sauce on my tongue, that taste of the liquor with my taste buds didn't go with the hot sauce. The heat itself was, I mean, I had to take my hat off and wipe my brow. It was a good hot sauce. The rum, vodka, and ouzo did not agree with my taste buds. The tequila one, I think, as I said, I drink in tequila lately. The other ones have been years, so it just didn't agree with me. However, I can't wait to put it in a barbecue sauce and try them with wings to try and see if I can cut some of that alcohol flavor.
There was a difference, Mitch, from biting it and tasting it. When I bit, and I hope you understand what I'm saying, when I tasted it, that's when you take the little nibble and you go in your mouth. And I felt the exact same way. It burned my tongue. It wasn't.
The alcohol hits you.
Yeah.
It's right on your tongue. There's a weird tongue.
Yes. When I bit into something with the sauce on it, that's when I found that I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I like the rum. The rum was my favorite of the group, and because I'm not a tequila or whatever it is, ouzo.
Vodka, ouzo.
Like, Oopa!
Yeah, I guess. I didn't even know what it was. So.
I think the coolest thing, we were all talking about different varieties that we're going to use it. I think if you mix it with another sauce, to pair with another sauce, I think it's perfect. I really do. To just add an extra punch to something.
Now, as I was saying, with the tastes of the alcohol and the time in between that I've had it, like it's been forever since I've had ouzo, so it hit my tongue and it was like, that's all I tasted.
Yeah.
I'm a huge bourbon fan, and that's the one we're going to save to use with the barbecue sauce onto the wings here coming up. Since Dave missed wings, we want to do wings again. I'm actually excited. I have a feeling I'm really going to like it.
You got to try the wings. Like Dave, seriously, the one thing, and we talked about this last week, we haven't screwed up yet. Knock on wood. And the wings, like, that extra 5 minutes, Mike, that we used to crisp them, Dave, I'm telling you, it was all the difference in the world. So we're going to do wings again. Maybe we'll do wings when we join forces with somebody. Next week, we have a surprise. We have a surprise. It's going to be
a good wings time.
I think it's people know this guy on social media. He's one of the nicest human beings I've ever known, and I'm not going to jinx it by saying, but let's put it this way: we're at about a 99% probability that we're going to join forces with somebody, and we're going to have some.
You better make it happen. You teased us before, okay?
Well, I'm working on the other thing too.
Okay?
Don't worry about it.
So you just tease a little bit.
Hey.
You normally can't see the reaction behind the mask. I saw that reaction.
Oh.
So what's
just out there, like, just trying to make, you know.
Well, you know what? I had to full disclosure. I had to find out if it works for both you guys.
Fair enough.
And you say that it works for both you guys. So
I'll make it happen.
Good.
Absolutely.
Oh, we'll have a lot of fun. I promise you. All right. So you were just talking to Mike about the Tigers odds. I want
to put $20 on it.
Can you? And
Mike said I'm going to give it away. I'm going to put $20 on it.
Can you share the conversation?
Can I just give you $20 to put up for me? Would that be easier? I think that would be a lot easier because I don't have an account.
It might be.
I'll give you $20
go on. Go on. I want to hear.
60 games. I didn't think it happened. 60 games in. 60 games.
So you're talking about to win the Central.
To win the Central.
What are the odds?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have my phone. I haven't looked. I want to say.
I want to say like
plus
15,000.
At one point, the World Series was like plus 50,000. Remember, we read them off earlier this year. Yeah. So I can't. So I mean,
to win the Central, I think I just saw plus 15,000.
No, I think it's no. At the most, I bet it's going to be 1,500. I could see like a plus 750 to 800 or something like that. Because like you said. They're not dumb. They're not just going to give you the money. It's still a shortened season, and it's the Central.
So if it's plus 1,000, I put $20 on it. What do I get?
Oh boy, that you're asking me to do math. So you would get, I'd say $100, right? Because if you bet 100, you get 1,000. If you bet 10, you would get 100.
No, then it would be 200.
200, right? 200. Yeah.
That's how my math would go.
What are the White Sox odds?
Lost 275. When we talked about the other day, that was
White Sox.
I'll give you $20.
I liked what did I say? The White Sox over 30 wins, 30 and a half wins. I think it was, or 31 and a half, or somewhere. It was right around there somewhere. I do like the White Sox.
Are we sleeping on the Twins? Do we forget how good the Twins still are?
Yeah,
I mean,
the wins. What they win 92 last year?
Yeah,
they're 92. They're the favorite.
They're minus whatever. They're
like a minus 150 to win it. But I think they're overshot.
All right.
To where when you're looking at it, there's not a lot there to bet on.
Yeah.
Whereas your White Sox, I think.
So tell me how to make this bet, or are you going to make it for me? What are we doing?
What's open? Where are you going to get? You got to open an online account or something.
Well, don't you have like 6 of them?
No, I don't go on.
He's got his.
I've got a runner.
Yeah, he's got a runner.
Oh gosh.
Uncle Freddie, right? Uncle Freddie died. Not Uncle Freddie. Sorry, jerky voice in there. What's the latest with the MHSAA? You know anything?
No, we'll see. Supposedly this next week things will come out, and I know their desire is to play all 3 seasons. That's what I know. I know their desire is to try to do what they can to make all 3 seasons happen. Hence why we're in the mass, right? I think that the better chance our kids get back to school, the better chance they. And look, and I don't want to be like, oh, I think one of the most overused statements is, I'm in it for the kids, or I'm doing it for the kids. But, like, in reality, like, there is a major piece of, I cannot imagine what your daughter went through for the last 3 months to try some of these kids to go through a whole year of it.
Mm-hmm.
to go through a whole year of that, their identity that they get from whether it's sports, whether it's music, whether it's drama, whether it's a club, whether it's a senate or a leadership or after school or before school activity, that those things are going to go away and they're just going to be students for a year. That's, as an educator, that worries me. And as a parent, that does. And
yeah, the longer we wait, the more damage that is done. And we've seen firsthand what the last 3 months of school did this year to a lot of it. To look forward to that being the whole year, and then there's no sport. There's no, I couldn't imagine. But again, I've said it from the very first time we sat. I don't know how you walk back what's already been done, and how you would walk back from decisions that are about to be made, and to make them that much into the future. I mean, sitting here and watching the NHL, the NBAs, the bubbles, and how they're doing it, and showing that you can doing it, and showing that you're living with a virus. We've got to learn from it.
Got to move forward, baby.
The NBA bubble, they say it's about to burst. You see that?
Yeah.
Because they're bringing people. They're bringing certain people in.
But that is to be expected. So that's going to be just like asking somebody to wear a mask is like asking a star athlete to bubble by themselves. Right?
Yeah.
There's going to be people.
Yep.
Then there has to be repercussions. There has to be consequences for your actions, and someone's got to follow through. If you're going to say, here, as the commissioner of the NHL, here are my rules. This is what you have to do to have a season. This is what's going to happen if you break it. There's got to be consequences, and then you have to follow through on them.
Yep.
No difference than somebody stepping out and saying, you have to wear a mask inside now. If you're outside, you have to wear it if you can't get away. That person has to make sure that they police it and make sure there's not renegade people running around saying, we're not going to enforce it. That's how we fall apart right there. That's how it happens. Not because one person decides to do it. When you let that person get away with it and there's no repercussions for it, then it implodes, then it falls apart. We said last week, I love $750,000 fine if you break the bubble in the NHL. They better enforce it. If they don't enforce it, you become a joke, and then it all falls apart, and we get nothing.
That schedule is just the most beautiful thing. Like, I mean, honestly, like, I'm not joking, and I know how busy you are this time of year, but Dave, I hope that you set aside one of those early days, and I'm not joking. Mike and I have been talking about it. It's like, meet here at 11. We're going to put the pulled pork on over there. It'll be ready by the time the 7 o'clock game starts. In the meantime, we're going to do burgers and dogs and things over here. I mean, it's all day. I mean, literally,
you're saying pulled pork will be ready for the Habs game.
Yeah.
8 o'clock start, baby.
You're going to get massacred.
Pittsburgh in the Habs.
Pens in one.
Look, so, again.
Pens in one. Why do you say that? Like, you got to have a little bit of...
No, they're terrible.
Well, then they might get the number
They're going to get the number one pick, and their franchises changes.
Yeah, here we go. Conspiracy theory all over again. Montreal. I think he's already... You think he's going to Montreal?
No. It would make sense. If you're one of those people that believe in conspiracy theory, here's a kid that grew up about 25 minutes away out from Montreal, just north of Montreal. If you're one of those people that you believe in conspiracy theories...
Canadian LeBron?
Well, and he's not... Yeah, well, do you remember?
He's pretty good. I think they're underselling him.
I really do not think he's a generational.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't know if he's a generational.
I don't know.
Well, do you remember the same thing happened in 05 with Crosby? Do you remember the same thing when they had the Crosby lottery? And it was funny because I don't know if people know this. Well, I don't know if people know that Crosby's dad was drafted by the Habs. So Crosby was a huge Habs fan, massive Habs fan.
But he saved. Pittsburgh was about to get sold and moved, right, and all that stuff.
Yeah. But there were a lot of people back then because if you remember how the Habs fell to 5, and people were going, "Holy crap!" And then they ended up getting Price anyway. So you're
Wings got screwed. Here we go. Wings got
Oh, come on!
Do you really believe the Wings got screwed?
That's the odds.
Okay, do I believe they got? I believe that they were victims of a very messed up system.
Okay.
I don't believe there was anything out for them. I don't believe that there was any conspiracy. I think the system to begin with was flawed, and that how the teams
stop the lottery. Just stop the damn thing. It's stupid.
I don't disagree. The NFL doesn't have a lottery.
Stop the lottery.
Somehow
it's dumb.
It works.
Somehow
because a couple teams tank, and if you're going to tank and you're going to be that bad, then go ahead and tank. Like, whatever, right?
Stop the lottery. It's dumb. This was a historically bad team, okay?
Oh.
This was, I mean, the Red Wings were a historically bad team.
And they still are.
And they're going to be for another year. I firmly believe that Yzerman's doing things the right way, but yes.
And getting out of the top two hurt because Byfield's pretty good too.
Mm-hmm, he is
really good.
But you talked about. I think people tried to create a 1-2 where there wasn't a 1-2 this year.
No,
there was not a 1-2 this year.
What do you mean? Like
no,
he's head and shoulders above everybody.
Byfield's not going to.
Byfield went up.
There's
He'll end up too.
Well, you know what? I mean, every year you see this in the draft, okay? Like people like I lived through Tyler Taylor, right? Mm-hmm. Tyler Taylor. You know that was from Taylor Hall was going number 1. Taylor Hall, there wasn't going to be.
This guy's better than Taylor Hall.
And okay, but I agree with that. By the way, I agree. And Taylor Hall isn't bad. I mean, but yes, I agree. But is he Crosby-esque? No, he's not Crosby-esque. To me, I think
6'4", 6'5", and
dude. If I use the term generational, okay, you know what I'm talking about Connor McDavid. I'm talking about Sidney Crosby. Okay,
agreed.
I don't think that's something you just throw out there. I do not think that Lafreniere is going to be.
I think he's close.
And McDavid. Okay,
I think
close
people
isn't
there
about
Jack Hughes, and he wasn't. Adam Mitchell always said he wasn't. People were throwing that out about Hughes.
I didn't think so.
I know, but
I saw him, and I didn't think so.
I think
good player. Yeah, good player.
I think this guy has the potential to be a McDavid or a Crosby. I really feel
that's a big statement.
It's a huge statement.
I think there's a difference again between that and that. I think he's somewhere in the middle.
Because I think Byfield was that good and is that good. I think he separated himself by doing more on his own than Byfield.
See, and I'm glad to hear you say that because that's my point. There wasn't a 1-2 this year. There was a 1. Then there was a 2.
Byfield's a nice consolation.
Heck yeah.
It's an Eichel too.
Heck yeah.
It's an Eichel.
I like the kid in Saginaw.
I'm still standing by that Byfield's not going to go number 2.
He might not.
The German kid.
I told you I hope they take the defenseman. Drysdale. They needed defenseman bad. They passed that Quinn Hughes. Drysdale might be the next guy.
Boy, that kid, watching that kid skate is just.
And they did, like they were a victim of a circumstance there. Zdeno wasn't supposed to fall. He fell into their laps. They were going to take the Hughes and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
July 28th. The scrimmage games that they.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the regional?
Yes.
Rangers,
yes.
Islanders, Tampa, Florida.
I think it's great.
Calgary, Edmonton. What's it going to be? I need to know because I think it's got potential to blow.
Yeah.
Just blow up.
Oh yeah.
Bro?
Blow up.
Fight?
Yes.
Why?
Cassian and Kachuk. This has been ongoing. They had the line brawls the last time they played. And they're going to be the 10:30 game. I've heard. I had a friend of mine say it's going to be pom-pom hockey. It's going to be real soft. It's the pregame before the playoffs start. All it takes is one Zach Cassian to come in a bad mood and just Kachuk to look at him.
I don't know the answer to this. Is fighting allowed in the bubble? Like, are they allowed to fight?
They've got Philadelphia and Pittsburgh in the same hotel. So they're talking about. Oh, like you're just talking about the game.
I'm talking about like is fighting allowed because
I can't say yes or no.
I don't think
I can say like
where they fight.
I haven't heard. Yeah,
I think it'll be going down in the lobby. At the Starbucks. At the bubble Starbucks.
What about the Stampede? Is the Stampede canceled again?
Yeah.
The Calgary
You love the Stampede.
I love that. That's one of the biggest things I miss. CBC, midnights. What do you watch? You watch a Calgary Stampede?
No.
You've never watched a Stampede?
I have watched the Stampede.
Yep.
I have watched
the horse races with them pulling the damn trailer? Like, that's good TV.
I think you've been in quarantine way too long.
You brought up the Stampede. I'm thinking of all those pictures that I sent you about the Stampede.
Yeah.
That's where my life.
That's his life. That's my life. That's the abuse.
So what's the date today? What's the date today?
July 15th.
13 days. 13 days to a full slate of scrimmage games.
So listen, next week we're planning on doing a Sunday show.
Yes.
All right? There's a reason we're going to do a Sunday show. As soon as we're done with this, like when I walk over to the phone and turn this off, as soon as we're done, I'm going to solidify that. We're going to have something special going on, okay? Anything else you guys want to
know? No, hey, we've got that coming. We've got
the Chambly.
You never watch me on TV.
You're on TV?
Oh my God! Exactly. You never watched it.
I heard about the radio.
No, but you never watched our pregame shows on Fox. You never watched that stuff when I was on Fox too. You never watched that stuff.
I wasn't invited.
Oh,
I wasn't. I wasn't told. Hey, I'm on TV.
Well, you are invited.
I didn't know you were on TV.
Sunday. Then what? We're looking at a big one for the whatever. It's probably about the third day of the playoffs, right? You'll be back from Chicago.
Yeah, because we're going to Chicago the 1st and the 2nd, and then we'll be back here. So Monday the 3rd.
We keep hearing this possible rumor of some hockey guy joining us for something.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't that be funny if during the playoffs that happened?
Yeah,
if he just appeared.
Yeah, there's somebody else I know is coming over in the media business is coming over that day, and then hopefully somebody else is coming over too.
I hear a lot about these people. Everybody's coming over.
Wait till the playoffs.
We're just glad you're here.
I know. I'm sorry I missed.
I wasn't sure you were going to be here again.
I told you. I thought about retiring. We thought we had the talks and talked to my wife and kids, and we figured that's now not the right time, and so we'll
one more year. One more year.
The only reason, and there's a reason. Dave refused to come here unless Mike and I wore the mask. So that was the last bridge that we had to cross, and
we had to
here we are.
Into the contract.
We wanted Dave here.
That happened with Kevin Owens in WWE. He was leaving until he convinced Vince McMahon to get the wrestlers wandered out.
We got the masks.
So wear the masks.
All
right. Enjoy your week. We'll see you on Sunday, and then we've got a big playoff edition coming in. Hopefully, as I said, I know one guy's going to be here. Blaine Fowler from 96.3 is going to be here. McCarty, I think, is going to be here. We'll wait and see how it plays. But in the meantime, see you soon.